So what's up, YouTube? This is the CeeManga crew here. You know the members already. I'm Chris,
I'm Reese.
And Raphael.
and in this video we're gonna talk about Resident Evil 6. That's the actually the demo actually. We're gonna give our little opinions on it. We have Raph, who's a Resident Evil veteran. Reese is a casual Resident Evil fan, and I'm probably the same as well. I've only really played five, but yeah. So Raph's is gonna give you his opinions first, because he is a true fan, and then me and Reese will pitch in now and again to give our opinions on it. So Raph.
Okay, it's kind of hard to say. Right. To be honest, the demo's not particularly bad. Don't get me wrong. It's a good game, but it's more like it's not a Resident Evil game. It's another game with the title slapped on it. So it's like you got your Chris side, which is kind of that's what could I think of that? That's kind of like Gears of War or Uncharted kind of style. Then you got what's the other guy? Is it Jake or
Jake.
yeah, yeah, he's is more. I don't even know what to call that one because that just seemed a lot of melee and that was weird. So, and then you got Leon's, which is kind of how should I say, kind of a walk back into Resident Evil 4 style of thing. The only problem or difference was I said the co-op, but yeah, like I said, I know what they're trying to do. They've done three different types of games styles, put it into one and. I don't know, man. Compared to playing the old ones, I don't really like it as a Resident Evil game. It's too easy as well. It's just not everything that the Resident Evil game used to be is kind of gone. It's just um, AI as well just seems a bit too intelligent. As I said, I know they said yeah, this new C virus has made zombies more intelligent, so they have, I'd say, a stronger brain or whatever, but. I don't know. I just think, as I said, I think it's slightly selling out. It's kind of just to say I know they haven't said it's a horror thing. I think they said it was a drama or something genre, but that's what they called it. I'm not actually lying. They called it. They said this isn't a survival horror. They said it's a drama horror or something. Uh,
Yeah.
um, to be honest, the only one I really enjoyed or somewhat enjoyed was Leon's one because I said it was, it was.
A step back
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
was slightly a step back. It still isn't a step back enough, but it was, it was there. I think if they had just made that as him on his own and maybe taken away some of the what would you call it? Is it environment interactions? When you could like pull out stuff and like lash it at him. What was it like?
Me,
Yeah,
quick time events,
quick time events.
scripted
Yeah,
events.
scripted events like that
Yeah.
kind of annoyed me. Like it was kind of, especially the car bit at the end. That just seemed a bit weird. I was just like, it was
I thought
telling.
I was playing Heavy Rain for a second.
Yeah, literally. That's how I was thinking. It says you got to look around for the keys, and then it's like, well, it's obviously gonna be underneath the what do you call it thing? It's like you're not gonna look in the glove box, and I don't know, man. It just to be honest, to sum it up, I say my main problem is it just felt emotionless and that it didn't really catch me. Like when you play Resident Evil 4, like even though that's not real, it kind of got straight into it. It was like you had a slow build up, then bang, you're in the village, everything's attacking you. It's just like what the
But
hell? Then they
it,
disappeared, and it was like wow, that was dramatic. Got his point across. This was boring. It was like you had a few jump scares that were predictable. The music as well wasn't scary. It was just,
But then
I
again,
don't
what
know.
you forget is the fact that it's a demo, in it? So it all depends on what
It's
part of
true.
it they
That's
took
what I'm
out, innit?
saying. That's what I was
no,
gonna say because
but
they did say it isn't the final thing, but
No, but it all depends on like whereabouts that scenario is in the actual game itself, innit? Because like, for all you know, that could
I'm
be
hold on
halfway through.
1 second. I'm actually confused. Raph, were you when you said Resident Evil 5? Were you referring to the demo of
Resident Evil
Resident Evil
4,
5? Are you talking about Resident Evil 4
yeah,
with
Yeah.
the
Resident Evil
5?
4. That's what I was stepping back because I was linking it to Leon's thing. Like I'm just saying,
Okay, okay.
I was saying it didn't seem dramatic enough. Maybe you're right. Maybe it
You
is,
see,
but
it's
even so, it's like with a demo, it's still meant to be somewhat thing. It just seemed kind of like the way it started and the way it ended was kind of subpar. It was just like, yeah, you're in the thing,
you know
but
that
then
I'm not gonna lie about, man. The endings pissed me off so much.
it was just like you went down
Where
the
it just
drain.
ended, it's like, okay, we're about to go down the drain. It's like, cool, okay, we're gonna go down there and there's gonna be a little boss fight and that's where it's gonna end. Nope, end. Like, what? what
because
the hell?
they want you to buy the game.
Yeah, no, but still though, you know what I mean? They can at least give you
But it
like a
didn't. Yeah,
nice little, a nice sum up to end it, you know?
All
So I
right,
kind of ended
okay.
very anticlimactically.
yeah.
Disregarding the ending, Reese, what was your opinion on the game? It's not the demo. Like, okay, the demo as well, but I mean the mechanics, the
You know
themes, the
what?
music.
It's
What
like
was your opinions on it?
I thought it's all right, you know. It's like because I haven't actually played, you know, the original placed ones on PlayStation. You know, I started Resi 4, so you know, I'm not used to whole all just dead, brain dead zombies, innit? I'm used to the friggin' what they called the Las Plagas, the Ouroboros, them two, innit?
So
So
the
it's like so it's like, you know, the way I'm seeing it is it's like okay, fine, you know, what I mean, they can think, they got a bit, they're, you know, just infected people, they're not zombies. Yeah, that's why I kind of saw it like, you know, Chris's story was basically just Resi 5, more Resi 5, you know. So
mm,
the Jake story is kind of like mix of Resi 5 and 4 together. It's kind of weird.
yeah.
Leon's story, it basically just felt like Resi 4, but with like, you know, zombies and you can actually strafe and move at the same time. That's what it seems alright, innit? I think that's what it
So,
is. What you're saying is how it's kind of easier. The fact you can actually move and shoot at the same time now.
Yeah.
You know, because
so overall, you're satisfied then? Was that what you're saying?
I'm still gonna get it. You know, it's not like one of the things where it's like, oh god, this is
Wow.
shit. I'm never gonna get. I'm not gonna get this piece of crap. It's like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Why not? In it, it's gonna be a fun play.
Mm.
You know, it's like Resi 5. It may not have been the best Resi game, but the fact there was co-op made it fun, and I think that's why they're going down the co-op route now because, well, people enjoyed co-op.
No, co-op. To be honest, right now, I think after five, I think co-op has become a staple of the Resident Evil series.
Mm,
Now you
I
have to.
think I think it's made it because once you played co-op in a Resident Evil game, it's so difficult to play it by yourself again because it just added a whole new dimension to the actual gameplay. I think obviously it's going to be less scary if you're playing with another human person, but it's just the enjoyment level is just that much higher when you play with one of your mates or something. It just
Exactly.
makes it that much more fun. You can mess about or because I'll be honest, that's what really drew me to Resident Evil 5. I didn't play Resident Evil 4. I know, yes, don't kill me. I didn't play 4. I kind of played Resident Evil 3, but the controls put me off. Um,
tank controls, isn't it?
yeah, they're just crazy to use.
It's
Um,
dated.
Resident Evil 6, I didn't really have a problem. The only problem I had with it was that it felt, I know it was a demo, but it felt easy. It felt that there wasn't, 5 felt a lot more challenging than 6 to me. 6,
Yeah.
and it can't, for some reason, to me, when I pick up the controller, I want to play a certain way with it because
Mm,
it's like it's gearing towards melee combat. Like it wants you to actually melee zombies
yeah.
because they give you all these new options, and it's like, okay, you can do all this stuff now, but it's up to you if you want to use it. But I'm like, okay, I want to use it now. I want to run around kicking zombies, roundhouse kicking, elbow drops,
See, that's what was
suplexes. I
actually
want to
fun.
do all that crazy stuff because it's fun.
That's
And
actually was
because of
pretty
that,
cool,
I
man.
run around like a madman now because of that.
But
So you know what I mean. I enjoy it. I'm probably gonna buy it. But I must admit, it's not a true Resident Evil sequel in that sense.
Nowhere near, man. But at least
that's
it's fun. At the end of the day, it's like, you know, what I mean, it's a game, innit? It's what you play games for, the enjoyment factor. And well, if you enjoy
yeah.
it, it's a hit, really.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I said, my beef with the thing, as I said, it's nothing wrong with it in terms of, oh yeah, it's a fun game. I said, yeah, it's not a Resident Evil game, but it was like compared to 5, I think I don't know. Maybe when I play it through, then I'll decide. Obviously, it just seems like it hasn't really taken that much of a step. It was like, yeah, I said, you know what? I've said, fair enough, Capcom, you don't want to do horror no more, but take what kind of route are you gonna take now? And they didn't really go that far away from it. Like it's still technically the same game. Like I
Basically, it's
don't
turned
know.
into basically it's like an action. It's an action game
Yeah,
now, isn't it?
it is. It's just like I was expecting a bit more. Like even to be honest, my main another thing I was annoyed with is the character monster designs. I wasn't really impressed with them. It's like I think that's another thing. I think Resident Evil 5 was at least a bit more imaginative. Like, well, okay, not really. It was kind of Resident Evil 4 stuff, but it's all kind of more the same thing, and it's some of them were kind of boring to look at, like that giant troll thing. It was
The
just
El
like,
Gigante,
yeah, it was just
man.
El Gigante 3.0. It was like,
The bigger version.
yeah, I'm like I said, don't get me wrong. I did say the game was good, but I just feel like it was lazy, and what they've done is just, I don't know. As I said, demo in it. We have to see what happens later on in the game, so I can't really. But from what I've seen so far, I'm not very impressed. That it was fun, but they're gonna have to pull something out later in the game really good, like to make it more interesting.
To make it. I think they're making a really big mistake using three different main characters. I
Yeah,
think
that's another
that's gonna
problem.
make the story seem disjointed, and it's just not gonna make things flow as
Yeah,
naturally as it would if it's
But
two,
that's the
if you're
thing.
playing
But
through
the
with
thing
two
is, though,
characters throughout.
it all depends in it, like how they do it in it. Because like they could make it
No,
like Leon's
but
story is the big
honestly,
one, whereas like
no, no,
Chris
no.
and Jake's story are
It
kind of like little
it's
side stories.
it's not a matter of side stories or not. I think if they don't have good writers, it won't work no matter what they
yeah,
do.
that's
Because Resident Evil is a story heavy franchise. And if they barely passed to Resident Evil 5, the story was alright. It wasn't great. So how they gonna make it work with three different main characters? With one hope, you know what I mean? It's all a one connected story. So it has to be some damn good writing, or it's just gonna be weird. Even then, I don't really play Resident Evil for the story anyway. I know some people do. I'm just speaking out for them. I just play it because it's a fun co-op game to play, and smashing zombies' head is fun as well. So just yeah. But they need to, I hope the story's focused.
yeah, something good.
Yeah, some
Uh,
we get enough screen time for each character if they're gonna be using all three of them. I don't want to like play one person and I'm just like, all right, I really like this character, and then I play with another person I don't like, and his campaign is longer than the person that I do
mm,
like. So it's just balance is what's needed.
So,
but
you want
as
to
I
give a
said, yeah,
anticipation rating?
Um, I don't honestly feel fair rating the demo because there's a
No,
lot of
man. I
things I
mean
hated about
anticipation.
it.
I'm talking about
Anticipation
anticipation.
rating. Oh,
Like yes, no, like yes, no, maybe.
um, I'm on the fence basically. I'm cool to play. I'm not like drooling at the mouth to get the game. I'm just like when it comes out, I'll pick it up. I'll cop it. But
mm.
I'm not gonna die if I don't get it the day it released. So yeah, that's how I feel anyway.
So you're like a lukewarm. So I'd say
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you're to put a number on it, you'll say 6, 7.
Anticipation rate. Yeah, I'll say around. I'll say a 7. I'll say a 7. Yeah. No, actually, no, 6. Sorry, seven is too high.
Okay,
Yeah.
Raf.
um, wait, so we actually giving it a rating, like
Oh,
number?
Basing anticipation rating in it's like
Well, my
number at
anticipation
10.
for it, you lot should know by now. I don't really care, but I'm gonna. I'll get it. I'll definitely get it. Obviously, just because I'm a gamer, I'm still gonna play it. But I'll give it like a 5, like, because I don't know. I'm not really interested that much. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay, and me, I'm not really too bothered whether I miss it or not, but at the end of the day, you know what? It looks fun, so I'm gonna pick it up anyway. So I'll give it a 7.
yo, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So we're not saying the game, it's a lost. Well, Rap might be saying it's a lost cause, but uh, uh, not necessarily. But it's not what Resident Evil, you know, was or should be, but it's still a fun game in its own way. Is that right to say that?
Yep.
Let's just say it as this. It's not a Resident Evil game, but it's a fun.
Game.
I'd say third person shooter. It's like it's decent.
It's basically become its own beast, hasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, guys,
I'll leave it there.
that's our little review of the Resident Evil demo. As we said, we're gonna get the game, so stay tuned for some gameplay if you want to see it. And as always, comment and let us know what you think of it, and hit that subscribe button because we need it. Yeah, guys, take care.
Alright,
So yeah.
see you guys.